The hunting items surrendered included spears, snares, among others. According to Queen Elizabeth National Park warden in charge of law enforcement and security, Julius Obona, over 30 poachers in Rubirizi district surrendered items have been using in poaching and promising to distance themselves from acts of poaching.
Today we have had an event where poachers who comes from communities surrounding the national park surrendered their poaching implements. They have actually come out and said they have surrendered. They are no longer going to continue killing our wildlife in the national park. For us as UA, this is a very good move by the communities who are involved in poaching, and we welcome them. We know that from today they have come out to join us in conservation.
The move is believed that it will be a game changer in saving and conserving wildlife in the park.
If you read the story of Saul in the Bible, Saul persecuted Christians, and later on he became actually one of those that promoted Christianity. So we think that today's event is marking the end of the guys whom I would say they were Saul in conservation, and it is marking the beginning of Paul's in conservation. And we really welcome them, and we think that this is going to boost our conservation, is going to boost tourism, because once community supports conservation, then we know that all the issues of conservation can be solved together with the communities that surround the protected areas.
But from today, muzi icyo tinkuza kubeshengereza abona misho gatunirira amacuma gatunurenya misho zayivaho nibanga ikindi umupaka twinemenya misho zikwingana. So within 2 months nituza kurondenya misho nizigira zita nizibura mugire yo mwazi 10 tanangwa nati mwaruga nabandi mitego mabagitegereye ine cyari nibenda kuza kushura konka nabagenti mukoreberamu entare tubire tuzikingire kisenyi na nta mukungu kugira ngo zitekeke kugumaniza janjara hona ati sebo tugume and chief warden mukingurire entare muzisibure paka yone bentare.
Julius Obona added that Queen Elizabeth National Park has experienced quite a number of poaching activities, and poachers between 200 to 400 have been arrested and taken to courts of law.
Poaching generally, I want to say that steals from us all. Queen Elizabeth National Park has experienced quite a number of poaching activities. If I may give statistics, every year we arrest and prosecute between 400 to 450 people who do illegal activities in protected areas. These are the ones that we arrest and prosecute. I also want to assume that probably there are those ones that come to the park and they are not arrested. So meaning that the figures are actually higher than what I have said if we are to arrest everybody. So seeing people surrendering like this one of today is a very, very good achievement for us in conservation.
While speaking to our reporter, one of the poachers who surrendered their poaching items to the UA asked the government of Uganda and the Uganda Wildlife Authority to include the ex-poachers on Uganda Wildlife Authority revenue sharing.
Twenda netwenka ba poachers etekatekeo etinangwa ezesente zukwiza ziri zo kuyamba abakwatana na paka netwenka bayiji netubatekateko netuzom system turuga paka abokuba abantu bitu baferiro mpaka abana bitu bali makusoma ayabakazi babenfakazi.
Eneshera Gntv in Rubirizi district.
Thank you, our reporter, for that report. Now, in other news, the Uganda police spokesperson Kituma Rusoke has come out to warn all Ugandans to avoid electricity theft, saying that it is dangerous and risky. This comes following the recent accident that happened where a woman was killed following electricity shock. Let's take a look.
illegal power connections, but also attacks on public officials. Ordinarily, Umeme would be the one giving you a brief on this, but you realize that I'm talking about attack against public officials. It is essential to highlight the dangers and the legal repercussions associated with illegal power connections. Such practices not only jeopardize personal safety, leading to potential electrocution and fires, but also compromise the safety of the entire community. Residents are urged to comply with legal electricity usage regulations to protect themselves and their neighbors. Now, recent events in the Busoga region underscore a troubling trend of community violence against government workers who are enforcing the law. The wanton behavior exhibited by some residents who attacked police officers and other officials during operations against illegal electricity operations is deeply concerning. The violence is not only an affront to the rule of law, but also a misguided defense of illegal activities that pose significant risks to public safety. Now, on 17th August, police and Umeme from Iganga conducted operations targeting illegal electricity usage in Mayuge Town Council. Following the arrest of 4 suspects, including the primary offender, Matov Iga, who connects unlawful users, local residents reacted violently. They blocked roads, vandalized vehicles, and assaulted police officers, all in defense of an illegality that endangers their own lives. And I think in that incident, they damaged the car of the RDC and injured a number of police officers. Now, such attacks on government workers are unacceptable and should be condemned in the strongest terms. The community must recognize that these officials are acting in the public interest. They must recognize that, and engaging in violence against those enforcing the law only heightens the risks associated with illegal power connections and undermines efforts to maintain order and safety in the community. Now, in a related incident in Chira region, in Buwaji Central Ward, Jinja North Division, in Jinja City, police are investigating a tragic electrocution of a 40-year-old woman, Nalugonda Hadija Isoba, who stepped on an illegal, connected, open electric wire while she was working in her garden. Now you can see, on the other side, in Iganga, people are stoning our personnel because we are rooting out people who connect to Umeme illegally. Now on the other side, somebody is losing a life because somebody out there did an illegal connection. Yesterday, on the 18th of August, at around 9 a.m., we registered a fatality where one Virunji Agnes, a female adult, was electrocuted while hanging clothes. Now, when you see somebody being electrocuted in the event of hanging clothes, you know there must be some kind of either poor connection, but which usually when you do investigations leads to an illegality during the connections. So we condemn that violence, and we really call upon people to always collaborate with the government agencies when we are fighting these vices. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Gntv at all.
Thank you, Desire, for that report. Now in Kabale, residents of Kalenjere village in Chanamila sub-county found in Kabale district have decried over the raising concerns of garbage in the area, saying that the incident that happened in Kitezi might come to their area. They are requesting the government of Uganda to come out and do something before things run out of hand.
Residents of Cherengere village in Chanamira sub-county, Kabale district are living in fear following the recent tragedy at the Kitezi landfill that claimed over 34 lives and affected more than 50 households. The Cherengere Garbage Dumping Center, which also serves as a burial ground for unclaimed bodies, has been operational for nearly a decade and bears area resemblance to the ill-fated Kitezi site. This has sparked growing concerns among residents that similar disaster could unfold in their community. Upon arrival at the Cherengere Garbage Center, one is immediately greeted by swarms of houseflies and a strong stench. The site, which became operational in 2010, has turned into a breeding ground for diseases and a source of constant distress for nearby residents. Poor waste management and the presence of unclaimed bodies buried there have created a toxic environment, with the situation worsening during the rainy season. Filthy water from the garbage heaps sweeps into homes and houseflies infest the area, exposing residents to infections.
wayose bintoka bitakatanda arijo bukoko kurira bwa braka buri katishengera mbere kumabura tete magenge bintu ekinuko butukonje atandika ngo ekinuko cyasabika ecyakabiri okuzika embwa ziri hayo abafutwa
kasasiro ekiteganisize kukira munonga eshohera zitubengire eshohera reka ahubwo ko kajura kagwo buzaza kurikayo natere mweshohera tinaho kuribata kandi ikindi kiturufana bakasasiro niba bakasasiro ari amizi ko bari kugashumura agagumaniganye nyo muri kasasiro mpora murango kasasiro yemerire mukiba mujye umubona ya
Peace Kagurusi, Jen Karkwanzi and Sharon Orichere, residents living near the dumping site, expressed their concerns. Residents are now demanding urgent action from the authorities to address the situation before it is too late.
Kasasiro iba chareta bagitwara mu rwego mwanya ngo bari kugamba omuntu na kasasiro biye muki abantu turi bingi tunitikanga 500 twe n'abakwasibweho abwa kasasiro eshohera muna abantu tibacyaryamo tibacyaryamo ko ariko umuntu cyo kurya cyo naki kibumbe bwa eshohera ningo kimaka shara kona kagwamwe eshohera yaga munyasheshe mitaka bijya ninga gwa nyugo bushira
kibarironda twaguma turi n'emitumbi turi na kasaso orareba ati yakangiye kutumira kimwe ati turi mu kabimwe yano twawurire cyabero ko nito twakirugo bano turashaba ande chukubanza tene umupiro w'iki urebe cyarize kuba namwe tene muto atwikire wewe turamanya turajya government yetu yandi tero buryo bafurure kasaso barokiro ndrugundi mwanya kandi hari tashenere kuzikwa uranakanya kace munonga
Andrew Veja, health inspector of Kabale municipality, acknowledged the concerns, stating that the garbage center is nearly filled up. He also expressed fears that what happened in Gntv could happen in Kabale.
This place is older than these homes around. The place was approved by NEMA because there were no homes around. But when we started using it after 10 years, we saw people trying to buy, both land around the site and started putting up structures and homes. And of recent, as you can see, there are a lot of things, bad things which come from here. We have flies, we have rats, we have the bad smells, and eventually they affect the residents around. So we are hoping, or we are planning, to buy land which is bigger than this, so that we start using that land, which is a bit far from even town. You can see people have already settled around this ground, so we need to move away.
As the residents of Cherengera continue to live in fear, their pleas for help remains in balance. Will their cries be heard, or will they be left to face the devastating consequences of inaction? Gntv at 12.
Thank you, Desire, for that report from Kabale District, and we hope that the authorities responsible will come and do something about this issue before it gets out of hand. Now, away from that, Honorable Theodore Sechkubo has turned his motion from the view of service award to expenditure that these 3 or 4 commissioners of parliament embezzled funds. He says that the speaker is doing something wrong to decide minus listening to their plea. Let's take a look.
Used all tricks to take themselves to court, and after that, after taking themselves to court, they were their own witnesses, they knew their own evidence, and decided the matter as it is. So be it as it may, our intention this afternoon or this evening is not to dispute that case. It is a case, probably, it is a public interest litigation. But, as you are aware, we have equally written to the Speaker. We have responded to the Speaker's letter. Because the Speaker is of the view that court having decided the matter of the Bwete Daniel case against commissioners, that the matter was put to rest. We have humbly informed the Speaker, because she has already received. We humbly informed the Speaker that the matter of service award is one leg. Our motion cannot die because of one leg is lost. Our intention is not to contest it on the floor of Parliament, no, be it as it may. But we have other grounds. Other grounds of our motion include misconduct and misbehavior that involve the siphoning out of money, parliamentary commission money, through fictitious trips, unconscionable expenditures. A member cannot spend 90 days outside the country and get paid. You go for December 30 days. As you come back in January, you take another 30 days. As you come again in February, you take another 30 days. This is unconscionable expenditure. They are wasting taxpayers' money on themselves and their spouses. So you can see, misconduct is different. Recruitment and employment. All these are matters where we think court never touched. These are matters where court did not touch. So if you go for the service award, yes, you can go for the service award. But the motion remains standing because the motion did not have one leg. Apart from service award, we've added misconduct, misbehavior, things bordering on corruption, awarding themselves contracts. These are not in service award. And the judge did not pronounce himself on that. So we wrote back to say that, yes, we thank you very much, but this love letter does not satisfy our motion. And therefore we expected House to be convened tomorrow. We've written to show her that look, there are areas of the motion that were never canvassed. We've shown her. We've requested her not to misdirect herself on one aspect of service award. We had several other grounds. Now, to our surprise, the House that was scheduled to sit tomorrow has been called off. The announcement we have received is that House shall resume on 28th in Gulu to defeat it. So this is the matter we shall not allow. The Speaker cannot conduct the Parliament according to her personal whims. The Speaker is guided and must handle Parliament in accordance with the rules of procedure and the Constitution. The House is not a personal house. This is Parliament. And even this love letter should have been delivered on in chair. She should have resumed, she should have taken the seat as the chair and constitute the House into Parliament, and then she can read her ruling, which of course we are disputing, because we are ready to show the different aspects of the motion. You can't be somewhere and you just write to members of Parliament. It's very unfortunate that someone is turning Parliament into a personal estate. She's our Speaker, we voted her, we elected her. She does not elect us to be members of Parliament, but we are the ones who make her the Speaker. So whenever you are doing this, she should bear in mind that we are her members. We love her, but we shall not tolerate that excess. So lastly, for me, as I allow my colleagues to come in, we want to condemn in the strongest terms possible. For us, we shall be present tomorrow, and we call upon members of Parliament to be present. You cannot switch, you cannot switch Parliament in such a manner. The House was properly adjourned by Right Honourable Thomas Tayebwa that the House will resume on Tuesday, 21st. To our surprise, it is clandestinely being called off. Why is the Speaker hiding members, the commissioners, from accountability? Because tomorrow was the day of reckoning for these commissioners. Tomorrow. Now you are short-circuiting Parliament.
Za Asimweka Jesse, Gntv at 12.
Thank you, Desire, for that report. Now, in other news, 6 people died instantly in a head-on collision that happened in Chazanga, where a bus collided with a truck carrying maize flour. Police confirmed the accident, and investigations into the matter has commenced, according to police. Let's take a look.
At least 8 people were killed and 37 others injured in a head-on collision between a bus and a truck in central Uganda yesterday evening. The crash occurred when the bus driver reportedly speeding attempted to overtake, lost control of the vehicle and collided.
Amazima matuufu nti akabenje kabadde k'amaanyi nnyo naye tusaasira abo abafudde bakitegeerekese nti abantu 6 bafiiriddewo, abalala bakyali mu ddwaliro, naye nga driver wa bus abadde avuga bubi, abadde avugisa kimama, kubanga ababadde mu bus bo bagamba bavudde ekisolo nga kumpi buli mmotoka ayagala kiisa.
Budde bwaffe beetaagisa okugaziyaamu olufunda lubaatulwa. Ekirala lwetaagisawo hamps kubanga omuntu ave eri waggulu ku mucomo okukkirira okutuuka wansi muluka ebeera mu sipiidi nga kifaananyi.
Basi badde eva Rwanda fisonga egenda Mbalala kati neetemeragana ne basi abantu bali basokola mamba afudde nga buli wali ne dereva basi afiiriddewo n'omulala baddayo n'afiirawo dereva wa Fisonye kuva Musokola mu Busokozi.
The bus veered into the path of an oncoming truck loaded with maize flour. Police have confirmed the incident and are currently investigating circumstances under which this accident occurred. Regional Police Commander Twaha Kasirye attributed the accident to excessive speed, noting that the driver was hurrying to meet his schedule in Kampala.
Mu bantu bano abakoseddwa ebyensusso abawera ddala 37 abatana okumanyika manya okusobodde okutegeera ku mbaddemu n'abajapani babiri omwami n'omukyala okuli Kanako Ajiki nga mukulu mukyala saako ne Masataka Ajiki. Bano badde batambulira mu baasi eno bwe batunga boolekera sayidi z'ekisolo nawe bamu kubalumiziddwa era nga bagezaako okufuna obujjanjabi omulwaire gaffe naye nga tuvumira nnyo okuvumirira ekikolwa ekyabagoba b'ebidduka abavugisa ekimama kubanga kigambibwa nti babadde beeyunabudde olaba nga bafuna ennamba Kampala so kati ennamba ereetedde abantu bakuba nti babeera nga bagusimugamwabe ne bafa. So tugenda kunoonyereza ensonga eno paka ku nkomero yaayo tulabire ddala abagoba b'ebidduka bano kibabeera ku mitwe gyabwe.
Uganda has experienced a 30% increase in road fatalities over the past years, with 4,179 deaths recorded, according to the latest traffic and safety report. In response to the rising numbers of accidents in Uganda, the Ugandan government has introduced new road safety measures. These measures include a tenfold increase in speeding fines from $55 to $550 as part of the Traffic and Road Safety Amendment Bill 2023.
Naye ffe nga baddereeva nze ndi dereeva nvuga taxi naye basajja ba baasi bano balina omuze ye bw'alengerayo bw'ati n'alaba nga wali emmoloka entono oba emmoloka yonna nga tennamutuuka yamanyi nti bw'onoomulaba ojja kugwa akataka kubanga wamanya nti wewa baasi kumbe nabo bafuna obuzibu era n'ono afudde.
Abantu 5 bafiiriddewo waliwo yakufiira mu ddwaliro naye 5 bafiiriddewo. Dereva wa baasi dereva wa loole ye twatandise omujja mu motoka ssaawa 10 avuddemu ssaawa 2 motoka nga bagitema butemi era nga tuyambiddwako bano aba rescue be bazze abafaya ne batuyamako okusala ebyuma kuba twali twagezezaako naye nga bibadde bikyagaanye.
Kalenge naye kalenga abadde wa bulunga kwanza nadde manyisibwa ekiro azibadde musaawa nga ndowooza nti seminti yafumuka ennyo waati naye nga abantu balajana nnyo toyinza nakuddawo nti weetegereza ekintu wabula ng'olina kunoonya basaba embazi ogibawa basaba kino kiba waliwo basaba amazzi.
The maximum speed limit on highways is now set at 100 kilometers per hour and 80 kilometers per hour on paved or gravel roads. We spoke to the victims of the incident and they had something to say.
Nkesha tukiruga mu nsozi akabana hetamakona twamugira iwe ko yinema abantu watwara mpora aho ya mucenga narije ingumanye bayanari yazamayirungi bayanari yaki ndeba yayimuka yiza yazo moto leba no musayi gwenga banefuka mu maso ngoba bire n'abasimura dereva yafu
atamidde kuba we twafiriddeawo ekisolo yazze yatuusaawo mu gundi mu nsozi twagenza okulaba emmotoka ng'etaggala bwe yatagadde ate abantu naffe ne tumugamba beeva nno emmotoka eyo gy'ovuga gitwale bulungi ssebo abantu b'ovuga tobayita nsolo.
The nurses that did a great job have also said something.
Twagenze ne tubanona kuba ffe twabasombye n'okuva ku scene we bafunidde accident ne tubaleeta ne tubajjanjaba babadde abalwadde bangi naye abakusawo bange bakoze ekisoboka kyonna okulaba nga bataasa obulamu bw'abantu babadde bableedinga nnyo abamu bafunye injuries nga z'amaanyi naye bakoze ekisoboka kyonna abalwadde bonna kati right now bastabilizinze abamu baba referrinze after nga bamaze obawa first aid so bagenze nabo time je tuba referring deko bagenze nga bali mu mbeera nga at least mungi.
Nza asimwe kajese GNTV at 12.
Thank you, Desire, for that report, and we pray for the souls of those who died to rest in eternal peace. Now, our dear viewers of GNTV, that's all you had for today, and thanks for being part of us from the time we started to the time we are coming to the end of today's bulletin. My name is ALLIAN at ATUBANDIIZE, GNTV at 12, and up next is a lunch hour service at King of Kings Church. Please come and attend with our beloved men and women of God. Good afternoon.